Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to a guide on how to create your own Men of War battles. So, get AI to fight AI. So, let's begin. So I'll show you how to get to the Men of War editor, or the gem editor to be precise. And so it is located here in your C drive under 1C company. It's not actually necessarily under your C drive, it's just wherever you install it. But, if it's not in your C drive, then I think you might know what you're doing. But yeah, so it's here, and double click on that icon, the Mao_editor, and that will bring you to this screen. Well, it'll load and then it'll bring you to this screen, and this is just a blank editing thing. So from here you can just create maps and do all sorts. But what I usually do, or what I always do, I press escape and click load, and I click a already made map. So you can load a single player map, although I don't usually use single player maps since everyone already knows that the single player maps are single player maps. I tend to go into multi, which is multiplayer, and just select a multiplayer map. So my favourite is like Frontline 9, I think, the one with all the trenches and a bunker, I think. No, not a bunker. I added a bunker. But anyway, just select any map you want, but for this I'm just going to go with countryside roads. So load it. So once it's loaded, you will come to the map. Obviously this is just what countryside roads looks like, and so yeah, the environment, it'll just be black sky and just really dull and everything. So what I always do as well is press F6 and to bring up the environment menu, and just select a pre-made environment. And so yeah, just mess around, because they're all different colours, different environments, raining, evening, morning, just all sorts. But for this I'm just going to use Lakeland, since I usually like these sorts of bright colours, daytime, and especially like the fog, I can see more, I think, as well. Boom. Yeah, that's if I select everything in F2 mode. But anyway, what we want to do is go into F3 mode, and then I'm going to start off with humans. So if you want like a soldier versus soldier battle, then what you need to do is go into human, and then any one of these, just any you want. But for this I'm just going to select a German Rifleman 2. So there we go. And then I'm going to have English, obviously. English Rifle 2, which will be fighting against them. So what have we got? There we go. So we've got one team here and another team here. However, they are obviously not programmed, so when you start the game by clicking this button here, they'll just stand there like nothing, So to actually program them or whatever, you select one side and then go to player and select whatever team you want. So for this I'm just going to select player 1. Player 1 does not necessarily mean that it's you. I mean, you could either be player 2, player 4, or whatever. But and then for this side I'm going to select player 2. So they will now fight each other when we start the game. Since I've forgotten actually how to bring up some politics menu or something. Somewhere there's some sort of menu where you can actually see that player 2 will kill everyone else and player 3 will kill everyone else and whatnot. And you can kind of change it as well to have friendly people, but I've forgotten that. But anyway, so yeah, if we press start now, then they will just attack each other. But yeah, they'll attack each other because they're right next to each other, so they can see each other, so they'll just attack each other. However, if you have them further away, for example like over here, then they're not going to attack each other because they can't see each other, so they're just going to stand there again, like doing nothing. So what I usually do is go to, Waypoints, and add a waypoint for team 1, which is the English. I mean, you can just call this whatever you want, but I'm just going to, name it something. I usually name it like mash the keyboard or whatever, but anyway, add a waypoint, and this will be the starting waypoint. So where the AI will follow, where the AI will start to follow the paths. So now it's just a matter of clicking random places. So now this is obviously the path where they are going to go. So just click anywhere, and they'll eventually end up over there. And certain units, like if you've got 5, then they'll go down certain splitting paths and whatnot. And you know, you can have some splitting off here as well to join up over here. And just mess around, have fun, you know, just placing different paths that can just go absolutely anywhere. You know. You can probably just have one just, you know, like that, and the AI will find their way around, but I just tend to, you know, draw out a detailed plan of action and whatnot. So these are the attacking team, obviously, so they're going to attack these guys. And so yeah, you can also do the same for these guys if you want them to meet in the middle, which I do. You can add another one, so, you know, German or whatever. Then add another one, and then these guys can go off over here and meet them in the town, so, you know, they'll probably meet each other in the town. That's good enough. That's all we want, really. And so those are the waypoints to make them move. And then we want to go to triggers. Now this is like all the programming fancy pants, whatnot. So English, you know, again you can name it whatever you want. But to get the these soldiers, where are they gone? I've lost them. Where are they? Somewhere over here. Map. That'll help you. Ah, there they are. So to get these guys to actually follow the waypoints, because if you just start the game now, we've got the waypoints, but we haven't actually told them to follow it. So this is the part which tells them to follow the waypoints. So go into, right click commands, add waypoint, and then who, we're going to go actor, and then tags. We need to add tags. That's obviously what I've forgotten. So oh no, go into the entity menus again, and then press W and then 6 for tags, and then we're going to give them a tag, so English, and then the same for these guys, we'll give them another tag, German, yeah, whatever. Then we're going to go down to triggers again, and then we'll input the tag for English, and then the waypoint, which is the starting waypoint, was 0, but you can always double check that. And that is actually about all you need to do. I'm not sure about everything else, really. This is all I do. And that's it. Well, these guys will now follow the waypoint. However, you can also add another one, which is actor state. And this basically gives them different features like running, you know, whatever. Let's go back. So, you know, AI movement, speed, you know, sneaky, assault, which will make them bob down like in the machine gunners in the first battle I did. And then the speed, you know, the forward, backward, health, you can give them energy, you can give them loads of energy. AI no advance, so or no retreat, so you can put that on so that they won't run away, you know, like the Men of War AI do, you know. Whenever like four of these guys have died, then one just, you know, runs away and crawls off or whatever. So you can have that on, and then they'll just stay there until they die, or at least, you know, go forward and then they might die or whatever. And then that's that, and I'm going to add another trigger for the Germans, and I'm going to do the same again, basically. Waypoint, and then actor, tag, germ, and then waypoint. I think it was 20 or something, but this is what you do, you'll have to check it. So German 29, so there we go, that is the starting waypoint, 29, and then there we go, that is all you need to do. So I won't bother giving them an actor state. And then for music, if you want some, you know, peaceful music, you can just go to Mac commands, add a scene, and then music, and then start, you know, sound, you can have whatever you want, but music, and then all the music will be here, but you can also add your own custom ones, which I've done, obviously, as you can see with the Call of Duty music, but for this, I'm just going to put something random on. There we go, have that on, and then have it looping, if you want it to like loop, you know, play again, and that's about it. And then camera, if you want a camera, this is going to be like 3 tutorials in one, isn't it, really? But camera, if you want a camera, then just add a new camera, so cam 1, and then keyframes. This is basically where the camera will go. So for example, if we want it to sort of scroll like this, looking at these guys, then we start here and add a keyframe here, and then all we need to do is go here, and then add another keyframe, and then that will make the camera. So if you preview it, brrr, but yeah, that was a bit too slow, well, a bit too fast actually. So what you need to do is you need to change this to whatever you want. So you can have it for like 10 for example, and that will make it slower. So that's a bit too slow. So then you want to change it again to about 6 I think. And then, you know, there you go, that's the camera. So to get the camera to actually work, you need to add a trigger, camera, and then add a command, scene, scenario, and then camera name, cam1, and then you can have it looping, and you can have text. So this is some text. There you go. You know, you can have sound as well, or video. I'm not sure what video is. I think video might be like, you know, the pre-made videos that they have in some missions, don't they? But that's about it. I think we've done. That is the basic of basic battles, you know. Obviously you can customize it with more soldiers and everything. I'll get onto vehicles in a second. So for vehicles it's a little bit different, not much different. But what we want to do is tank light, for example. Click on any tank you want, you know, slap it here, and then you'll obviously need some soldiers to go inside it to actually like make it go forward. You can have German, just cause, you know. You can have tank crew, can have, like, again, you can just have absolutely anything, you know, anything you want, but we're gonna have tank crew obviously for obvious reasons. 1, 2, 3, 4, you only need about 4 or 5. And what you want to do is select them all, so the tank and the soldiers, and make them into a player. So I'm just going to slap player 6 on them. Then again, some tags, you want to select them both, because sometimes I accidentally like put the soldiers inside the tank before selecting the player. And then if you do that, then they'll all jump out because they're player 2 in a player 6 tank, you know what I mean. Anyway, tags, so, you know, tanks, suitable tag, and then just press F1, and then depending on what team you have selected, press 6 on the number pad. So 6 for team 6, or 1 for team 1, which is these guys we can select.
Yes, sir.
But we can't select these guys. Press 6,
Jawohl.
and we can now play as these guys since we are team 6, which is indicated by this little box up here. And so yeah, the number pad, you also need numlock on, so, you know, you can't use the buttons at the top of your keyboard, you can only use the ones at the side, like the number pad. Anyway, just get these guys into the tank, like you would normally if you're playing the game. It's a pretty, you know, interactive editing thing, you know, playing the game whilst doing work. So there we go, they are inside. Then we go into F3 mode again, and then they're done, I think. Yeah, that's it, and then, you know, do what you want to do. So, you can add another one, so tanks, spell it wrong, don't really matter. What do we need, a waypoint? Although we haven't actually got any waypoints, do we? Slap some more waypoints down. Tank. Add a waypoint, slap that there. Doobie-doobie-doobie-doo. And yeah, to get it in a patrol, you just do that, and then link these two. So, link. And then commands, yeah, Tanax commands, add a waypoint. And then actor tags. Tags are very important things in this editing thing. And then the waypoint, what was the waypoint? What was it, 39, I think? 39. Waypoint 39. So there we go. And now I need to make these guys ally with these guys, otherwise he'll just kill them, and, you know, the demonstration won't exactly be that good, will it? Yeah, so where is the cover? Diplomatics or something it's called. Diplomacy. That's what we're looking for. Looking for diplomacy. And I can't damn well find it. Alright, so I found it, guys. So if you press F9, then these are the mission properties, and, you know, I can... it's terribly complicated, you know, when you get onto different things and what you want to do, and so many tutorials you can do. But yeah, I'll put some links to channels which do a lot of tutorials on the Medieval editor, because these guys have actually got some great guides which I actually used to build my own battles. So I'll put their links in the description. You can watch their vids. They've done quite a lot, like I said, and you just watch their videos because they're kind of better than this, better than I am. So yeah, this is it, diplomacy, and so the red signifies that they are the enemy. So for example, player 0 is the enemy of player 1, and player 1 is the enemy of player 0, and then, you know, work it out from there. So what we want is player 6 to be ally with player 1. So what we do is we change them to ally. Player 6 is now ally with player 1. So, you know, do it like that. There we go. And then that is all good and dusted. So yeah, F9 to get mission properties, and that. So we're done, I think. Oh yeah, if you want to add a delay, so for example, I've just put a camera in, so that will be looking at nothing. You know, they'll run off and the camera will just be, you know, scrolling at the floor basically. So to add a delay to the attack, then what we want to do is add a delay. Just right click, add, and then delay, and then for example 8 seconds, which was the time of the camera, I think. Well, the camera is actually 6 seconds, but you know, 2 extra seconds. So English is obviously the ones we want, and then delay 8 seconds. And then I've also put it at the bottom, but you don't actually want it to be at the bottom, you want to have it at the top. So hold down the Alt button and then go up, and then press like the up buttons, and then same again for these guys, Alt and up, and then there we go, we are actually done. So yeah, now to see how the battle turns out to be. So press start to actually play the mission or play the game, what you have created, and have fun. So yeah, the text is displayed here, and this tank is obviously going on the patrol, I think. Is it? Oh dear, obviously not. Something's gone wrong there, but you know, these guys aren't shooting them, so that's good. They are obviously allies. These guys are in assault formation, well, assault mode, as you saw me select. I'm not entirely sure why they haven't branched out either. Oh well. These guys have, because they're good. So yeah, they were just walking, because that is a standard thing for them to do. You'll want to put them in assault mode as well if you want. And then once they see each other, they start shooting each other. Something's wrong with the tank, I don't know. And there we go. You get the idea. So let me just see what's wrong with these guys. The waypoints and whatever. So F3 mode, which is like the programming mode I always call it. So team 1 0. Not entirely sure why they didn't branch out actually. They should do, really. Just get rid of that one then. But yeah, should work that. Don't know why it didn't. Anyway, tank. What's that doing? Probably because it was linked, like right next to each other, maybe. I don't know. Let's try again. You can press continue as well to skip the cutscene, and there's also, yeah, there it goes, going around in its circle. On its patrol, it might stop there since I didn't press loop, I think, and they branched off there. But obviously, you know, having like 10 different options for them to go when there's only 5 people, then that's obviously, you know, a limit. You'll need like 100 soldiers to notice a real difference of them all branching off. And then, yeah, the tank has stopped there because I haven't looped it. And then they're starting to shoot each other again. Which is obviously what we want. And then obviously, once they start shooting each other, then the AI just completely ignore the waypoints and everything and just start shooting the enemy. And then once they're all dead, all the enemies are dead, I think they go back to the waypoint, but F3. And then we go to commands, tanks, waypoint, copy approach. I did it once. Oh god. But yeah, this guy actually does have a tutorial on patrols, or one of the guys does. Forgotten the channel name. 123 Bomber, is it? 123 Bomber, shout out. But yeah, like I said, links are in description. And this is just basically a wrap up of how I do my battles. So, you know, with the camera, music, waypoints, and everything. And tanks, like I said, you know, get the guys in the tanks, switch teams and everything. So hopefully you've learned something, like in my ramblings, because, I don't know, probably not the best at this, but yeah, I do hope I've helped you a little bit. And, yeah, hope this helped, and, thank you for watching.